Hello, welcome to my stamp studio. Today is Monday, November 7th, and it is our fourth class in our Christmas card online series. Tonight we'll be featuring the framed and festive stamp set and coordinating framed floret dies. I had to look over there because I couldn't remember the name of the dies. So I'm just going to take a moment for everyone to hop on and get here. Kind of loading up my sites to make sure I can see everything. La la la, la la la. I don't have any Christmas carols to sing to you. I do apologize. I mean, I'm sure I could come up with something, but I don't think we need to hear me singing, right? Just saying. It might be safer that way. All right. I'm going to close out some things over here so that I'm not lagging in any way. So gotta get to my page. I want to be able to see comments. Hello Diane, how are you this evening? And I see Beth is there. Welcome. And okay, let's see, where's my, it didn't refresh yet. Hold on please. Where is it? Okay, I think I just saw it. Yep, here I am. Okay. Let's get that going. Maybe not. I know this is the bad part in the very beginning where things kind of get a little slow. They'll pick up. They really will. I'm going to be sharing a couple things with you before we actually get started on our stamping tonight. And why won't this? Okay, I'm just trying to see why it wouldn't go live. There we go. Okay, so I got my comments going. All right. Well, hopefully as people start commenting, I will see things. Okay. I'm going to flip my camera down so we can get started on things. And can you believe it's November already? I can't. And hold on, just flip my camera. There we go. Okay, so I do have our Fond of Autumn November class to go. Let me grab the cards so you can get a peek at those. There are 5 cards and 1 3D project. And one of the cards you did already see. Registration for this is until, I'm going to say Friday. This Friday. Or did I say Sunday? I might have said Sunday. Okay, I think I said the 13th. I lied to you. That is so I can get everything back before Thanksgiving. I want to get back before Thanksgiving and able to ship it to you before Thanksgiving. So this was coming up quick. Normally I go into the 15th, but I wanted to make sure that I got everything to you. So again, this will be cut off just a little bit early this month. You get about $25 in products. This one's going to be a little different in the fact that it's not one particular pack of designer series paper that I'm giving you. I'm giving you a variety pack. So you get a little sampler of a couple different packs of paper. You're going to get some gold copper foil. You're going to be getting some of the gingham, some of the Harvest something designer series paper. You'll be getting some ribbon. Well, that's odd. I got the wrong thing here. Okay. Yeah, you'll be getting a whole bunch of things. So let me show you the cards. Oh, you're going to be getting a blender pen. Not a blender, like coloring one, but a blender pen. Not a blend, but a blender pen. That will allow you to color with any different color stamps that you have. So here's one of our cards. You'll also be getting the brushed metallic dots. Here's another. This is the other fun fold we did the other day. You'll also be getting this ribbon in there. Here's another card. Just some different ways you can use the Fond of Autumn stamp set and dies. And this really, you do want to have the stamp set and dies. Normally when I do a club, I try really only to focus on the stamp set. But with my classes, I try to focus on really a bundle. But yeah, look how beautiful those are. And I will show you all different kinds of techniques to use with these. And then you get, I think I might just put 2 little pillow boxes in your kit. Just because I'll have them cut for you, you'll just need to assemble them. All right, so that is our Fond of Autumn. Let me put that one away. And then my club for this month which goes into the 15th, registration, so 15th for the club, is our Sweet Candy Canes. And I've already had some people sign up for this. I'm going to warn you that the original glimmer paper that I was going to be using went unorderable. I can't order it, so I'm swapping out some different things. So my cards are not going to be exactly like they are in the pictures, just because it's too late for me to redesign now. So, but you're going to have really fun. So there are five projects. So you can get, for the main cards, you get 4 cards, 2 of each design. But this month, because I love this bundle so much, I've included a bonus card. And your bonus card is a shaker. So I'm giving you everything you need to make, except for the stamp set and the candy cane dies, to make this. I mean, I'm even giving you the foam. Just saying, this is a deal in itself. You're getting the little trinkets there. You are going to get some sort of glittery paper. I just got to make some substitutions. These are kind of like fun fold and movement cards. So this is a little pendulum card. This is a little fun fold that we'll be doing. And then another little fun fold here. So the Studio Card Club is really all about cards, not really 3D projects. You'll always get at least 8 cards. So there's always 2 of 4 designs. So that's always a bonus. That is $39.50 to have it mailed and $31 if you want to pick it up if you're local to me. In this, let me show you the kit, what a kit looks like. So this kit right here, you'll get a half a pack of the Sweet Christmas Designer Series paper. You're going to be getting the 2 bolts of red and green ribbon. Oops, you get to see your treat there. You're going to be getting the flash Jingle Bell trinkets. So a whole package of those, more than you need for the cards you'll have in here. And then here is really how your kits will come. So I have everything already sorted for you. They're all in their envelopes, so you can easily get through. And I usually try to stack them in the order that I have them in the tutorials. You're going to get a piece of adhesive paper because you'll be using that. Oh, excuse me. And then you'll either get the red glimmer paper or you'll be getting the sweet sorbet shimmer paper. So it depends on how many people order and sign up for that. Again, I should have bought it early, but I don't like to buy all the products early because I can't always guess how many people are going to sign up for that. All right, so that is that. So tonight, again, class 4 of our series here. So we're going to be doing these fun little cards. This is our framed and festive stamp set. Now this is an exclusive right now because this is only available while supplies last, or January 4th, whichever one happens first. So what is limited? What's limited is these gems. And Cooper, what did you do with my gems? I saw you with them earlier. So my dog here decided that he wanted to play with everything, and I don't know what he'd do with my gems. He was doing something with them earlier. He wasn't eating them or anything. He just, I don't know, he just picked them up. Okay, so you get your, these are the gold adhesive back swirls. And then this designer series paper, I'm going to bring this out so you can see it. It is beautiful. As you can see, I've already used a lot of mine. Now this paper is only while supplies last. This is not going to be available in the next catalog. Neither are these embellishments and the framed and festive stamp set that we're going to be using tonight. All of these are limited time only. So if you like them, make sure you get them sooner than later. Don't wait. All right. Then what else comes in this, and if you want to purchase the whole entire suite, it's $97.50, and you'll get the other stamp set, which is the framed florets. You get these framed floret dies, which has some really great ovals. And we don't have any oval dies right now, so this is awesome that they have that. But we're going to have fun with those tonight. And then you'll get all the other other shebang stuff that's all here. But let me share with you this paper. This paper is so beautiful. This is one of the things that Stampin' Up! Shared during the virtual card making event. They show how they actually designed this paper. So it was really kind of fun to watch and then fun to get it in your hands. So lots of beautiful paper in here. We're going to be playing with 3 or 4 different designs. I'm going to show you how you can step up your designer series paper and just have a little extra fun with it. I do have extra cards to show, and I'll be making more cards with this because I have my packet here, and I'm going to go ahead and see how many cards I can come up with. I try to usually come up with at least 5 or 10 cards per stamp set, and so I can share those with you. So that is that whole collection, and we're going to get started on our cards. I just need to move some of the stuff that is not related to my project here out of the way. All right. You're going to like one of these cards. That was a little snowman card. Oh, freaking adorable. I was really excited to find out when I was playing around with this that the frame dies actually will fit in the mini die cut machine. So not all of our dies do, but this one does. And I'm just trying to see if on the front, a lot of times they'll, oh, there it is. You want to look for this little icon. Whenever you're looking at the dies, if you have the little mini here, you want to look for this icon. That means all of the dies in the set will fit in your mini die cut machine. So if you see that little icon, that's what that means. All right, but check it out. So even the largest one here will fit, and you can tell because it fits right on that plate. So it'll fit right in there. I do need to grab my plates for this because we'll be using this tonight. And I'll also be pulling in my large one. Excuse me. Because one of the cards will be using our scallop contour dies, and I need the larger die cut for that. Okay, much better. All right, so we'll put this aside. I really wanted to focus more on this stamp set today, but I did pull one of the stamps out from the other one too. So let's get started on our first card, and this is a fun fold card. We'll move this right to the side here. Okay. And hello, Amy. All right, so in fact, you know, you can always tell when I'm excited about using a stamp set because I don't get to mounting it before I start using it all. So I have a couple that I haven't used yet that I'll need to mount, but I'll be doing other cards with those. Promise I will. But here's the card that we're making. Now, this is actually a virtual class. So with this virtual class, you can get the cards that I'm doing for free when you purchase $35 in my online store. So what I have you do is from today until November 10th, which is Thursday, if you place a $35 retail order in my online store, I'm going to mail you a packet full of cards, and you're going to get all the papers that you need to create your projects. Now, I'm not going to include the oval dies because that's part of the Festive Floret dies. So I'm not going to be including those, but anything else, so these are the dies that I won't be including right there. But anything else I will include, so you'll be getting all of this as part of your kit, and you get 2 of each card. Just saying, they're really cute. And our second card, I'm going to show you 2 different ways. You can either make a snowman or a penguin. It's really cute. But anyways, if you purchase $35 in my online store, you will get the 6 card kit, then saw the pre-cut cardstock with envelopes as my gift to you. If you purchase a $50 order, place a $50 order before shipping and tax in my online store, I'm going to also send out a packet of the iridescent pearls. Now, these are on low inventory. So in the event that they run out, I will be sending you a package of regular pearls. But see, I ran out of pearls, so I couldn't show you those. So you'll either get these as long as they're available, or I'll swap out with these. Either way, they're going to look cute. Your cards will be adorable. All right, but when you place your order, you need to use this host code. So I'm going to move it up so you can write it down, take a screenshot of it. I'll have this also in the link of the comments for tonight's class. And I will be uploading this class to YouTube, so it'll be out there as well for my friends who are not Facebook fans. All right. So I'm going to get cruising here so that we can, I'm going to try and see if I leave this up on top. I'm going to get cruising so that I can load this to YouTube and not have it be 3 hours long. Okay. I'm so excited about this card. It's so cute. I love this paper. I mean, it is so pretty and it's gorgeous. I love the blues and the greens. Okay. So what I have here is a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 cardstock, Night of Navy cardstock. Now, when I do yours, I'm going to score the one side so I can fit it in the envelope. Your other side, you'll have to score. But what I did is I scored this at 2 3/4 from one side and 2 3/4 from the other side. So that will give me a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card, which is our standard card for our envelopes. What you'll want to do is take your bone folder or whatever you crease your cards with and give those a really good crease. Kind of line them up in the middle there. Give them a good crease. All right. You'll have 2 pieces of designer series paper. These are measured 2 1/2 by 4. So we're going to put those right on the front of our card. I'm just going to grab my seal here. Now, I'm going to suggest you have some liquid glue as well for these projects. So use your adhesive of choice. You can use Seal or Seal Plus. Either will work. Oh, and you'll need dimensionals because you know what? You always need dimensionals. That's kind of like a staple. So, in my son's words, Mom, paper plates are my kitchen stock. So, okay, my kitchen stock are dimensionals. Just saying. And and the dimensional backings are in my kitchen because they stick to my feet and they stick to my dog's feet. So when we walk out of the studio, we're taking it all with us. All right, now I have a stitch rectangle die, and this actually measures, ooh, wrong color, can't see through that one. This measures about 3 7/8 by 2 9/16. But I'll have a piece in there. This will already be die cut for you in your kit, and I'll give you an approximate dimension in there. I'll make it a much easier shape. So if you don't have dies for future cards, you can at least cut out a rectangle for yourself. And I do have to move this. It's going to be in the way. Next thing I need is my ink. And I am just going to be using our Night of Navy ink. Now, I cut these from our die, for our dies here. So what I love about this is, this is the die, oops, that's not the one I used. This is the die that I used. So I used one die and I got 2 oval shapes. So when I ran it through, I ended up with 2 pieces. I ran it through like that and I ended up with 2 ovals. How awesome is that? So you can put one aside and save it for later. So I did it in white and in soft succulent, so I can use this for a card later on. And I'm going to be using this today. Now I had to flip it over because I got something on there. Let me see if I can get that off. I'm hoping it's just pencil. No, well, we'll try my ink eraser here and see if that will come off. If not, I'll just flip it over to the other side. No, it's not really coming off, so I'm just going to use my other side. That'll be good. All good. Oh, I might have another one here. Okay, like magic. There we go. Look, it all came off. Right. So that's going to be my die. Okay. That is not the same shape. I don't think I have another one. I think I'm going to have to use that piece. I guess I am. Yep, I guess I will. Okay. Okay. I'll just flip it over. It'll be all good. There we go. Just like that. You know, it's not live TV until you make boo-boos. Just saying. Now, the other thing I did is from these dies here, I took these really pretty, very detailed and thin dies, and I cut out several of these leaves. Now, I'll give you the cardstock for that. You're going to have to cut your own leaves. So if you have another die set that has leaves or holly or whatever in it, feel free to cut those out. Otherwise, order yourself these dies. They're awesome. So we're using those. And that was cut with Evening Evergreen. So this is our Night of Navy, our Soft Succulent, our Basic White, and Evening Evergreen. I'm really just taking it from my Designer Series paper. That's really telling me what I'm going to be using for my cardstock and my stamping. So I'm going to zoom in just a tad. There we go, because I look like I'm so far away over there, so I feel like I'm too far. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start assembling things. I do have a piece of Basic White here, and this Basic White is for the inside, and this measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, so that will be for our inside. I'm going to go ahead and do my outside, and then we'll come back in and we'll stamp on our inside, and if I have my envelopes handy, we'll stamp an envelope. Okay, so let's move this aside here. I'm going to pull in my Night of Navy, and we're going to pull in our stamp set, and I'm going to grab the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and I want to make sure that I have my, there it is. I wanted to make sure I had my chamois here so I can clean my stamps right after I'm done using them, because no one likes dirty stamps. Okay. And we'll pull our Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I just need a block. I love when Paper Pumpkin gives me a block, and when I order kits from Stampin' Up, you get a clear block in there, and it's about a size D block, so it's really nice to have. Now, if you're worried about you not lining things up perfectly and you don't have a piece of grid paper out, put your stamp at an angle. You'll naturally stamp it straight. Just saying, it works. It really does. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, because you're not using the block to tell you what's straight when it's at an angle like that. So just get your stamp inked up, and then stamp your cardstock here. Give your stamp a little squishy on the chamois. Now normally I use my scrub for these when I'm using the cling set, which is the red rubber, but I don't have it handy. This is handy. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, before I adhere this one down, I want to see where this is going to go. I'm going to grab my liquid glue, and now I've taken my Tombow glue here, and I purchased these on Amazon, but I love them because it's got this nice fine tip point, and it's not as, what's the word I'm looking for, tiny as the one that Stampin' Up has, so I just like this better, and I like my, they call it green glue, but I like this glue. All right, so I'm just going to put a little there, and I'm going to put one of these here, and just wipe that off. It'll dry clear. Not going to worry about it. And I usually try to be a little more careful with my glue. I was just getting excited. I can't help it. You know, when you have one of those days at work where you're just like scrambling all day long, and then you get to sit and relax and hang out with friends. It's nice. Okay, that, and I am a Stampin' Geek. That's all there is to it. Hello, my name is Beth. I'm a Stampaholic. All right, so now I'm going to take my oval, and again, I'm just going to put some right on the inside of my oval, because there's like little slits in there, and you can actually see through it. So I'm just trying to get it more towards the inside. If I get a little on the outside, well, it won't be the end of the world. All right. So I'm just going to put that right here. All right. Then I'll put my liquid glue on my oval here. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't used dimensionals yet, oh, just wait for it. They'll be there, I promise. It's very rare that I don't use a dimensional. And I just need to grab some out here. Oh, that's an empty container. I need some dimensionals. I've got all these pieces, so you're gonna have to pretend that they're whole pieces. I like to be able to use all of my dimensional stuff. All right, so bring back in this. Now, the easiest tip I have, when you put this on, you only want to adhere one half of it. So what I like to do is I actually like to just flip it down on my work surface, kind of eyeball where I'm going to go with it. And I know that I can't go past this point. All right. So now I'll just grab my adhesive here. I'm going to use this one first because it looks like I already had some of this cut. So what I can do is, all right, I know it's right about there. So I'll put one there. That way I know I shouldn't go any further past that. And I will keep it where it has to be. So again, just use all your bits and pieces from your dimensional sheet. And I'm sorry, my allergies are just really awful today. I even used all my allergy stuff and it just is. Okay, now it's sticking to my fingers. Been rough. I don't know what it is. I even go for allergy shots. And all right, there we go. So that is the outside of our card. Now let's get the inside made. And get my piece of paper back. All right. Oh, that's my envelope. I don't need that piece. I need this piece. Okay. So then on the inside, I'm going to take one of the little flowers that's in the framed florets. I can't say this very well, but in the framed florets, not the flamed florets, but the framed. I'm going to take this little blue flower, this little flower here, and I'm going to color it blue. And I'm going to be using my blends to do that. So I'm going to get my envelope right away too. Now I'm doing something a little different. Normally I always tell you to use your Memento Black, but we're going to be using our Night of Navy, and it's okay because when we're doing this blending, it'll blend in a little bit of that navy, and that's fine. That's kind of the look I want to go for. And these colors go well together, so I'm not going to worry or stress too much about it. All right, so I've got my scrap paper here, and I'm just going to ink this up. And oh, you know what? I need one other stamp out of here. I'm taking this little tiny leaf image. Why? Because it's there and it looked fun, so I decided to use it. And I just want to get a little block here. Ooh. There we go. And again, so I'm going to start with my flower, and I'm going to put one right, let's just put one right here. And it almost looks black, but it's not, it's navy. Another one over here. Another one over. And then turn them just different directions. All right, and then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to fill in some spaces. Just to kind of give it a little something, something. All right. Now, I'm not going to color those. I'm going to leave those white, just like they kind of are right on our card front and our paper. I was just checking my hands because earlier today, I had gotten red all over my hands. Don't ask me how. I have no idea. I'm attracted to red ink, apparently. Okay, so now I'm grabbing my Balmy Blue and Night of Navy blends. So let me just grab these from over here. There's our Balmy Blue, Night of Navy. Oh, I have one extra Balmy Blue. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my dark Balmy Blue. I'm going to use my chisel side, and I'm just going to go along the edges. Now, the way I started coloring this is, I just looked at my Designer Series paper, and it kind of showed me how to color it. So I just copied it right there. I'm going to add a little bit on these lines right in here. I'm leaving the middle for right now. I'm going to come back with navy for those, and I'm just adding some lines in here. Getting all my little curled up flowers, curled up petals here. This would make really pretty like red Christmas flowers. I know they're not poinsettias, but they'd still work. All right, now I'm going to grab my balmy blue here. And when I'm blending this, because I don't want to smear my ink too much and have it be real, I don't know, kind of dull, I'm just actually going in one direction and I'm pulling that darker ink out. All right. That way, if I go back and forth, it will actually kind of spread that night of navy ink too much, and it will look kind of just, I don't know, blurred. And I've got that little one, so we'll just do it in the blue. You can always come back and add a little bit more of the dark blend if you want it. Totally up to you on how dark you want your flower to be. Okay, one more flower and then we'll get our envelope. All right, can anyone tell me why it is that I'm getting my nail polish on my paper? My nails were dried, oh, like 6 hours ago. I did them way early on my lunch break because I woke up before the sun was even up. This whole time change thing has really messed with me. All right, now I'm going to pull in my envelope here. But the key to this is you want to have a piece of scrap paper that you put inside your envelope. And I'm just going to roll this one up here so it'll fit in my envelope. I didn't roll it very well. Oh, please. Well, I try this again. The reason I'm doing that is so when I stamp my envelope, and we're just going to stamp this part, I think. Oh, I see I've got a stamp down there because I got something on it. All right. I just want something on the back of here because what's going to happen is it is going to bleed through on there. In fact, you know what? Let's change it up. I'm going to stamp along the bottom here. And I'm going to pull back in my paper here. I just think this paper is so darn pretty. I got to use more of it. All right. And do I want to use this one or do I want to come back with this one? I don't know. No, I'm going to stay with my original design. I don't want to change things up so much. We're staying with my original, I think. Unless there's a different pattern I want to use. You know what? We can use a piece of this. We'll use that instead. All right. So now, sorry, I kind of changed things on the go. I don't listen even to my own directions. So, yeah, you all are used to that by now. All right. So this piece needs to be about, let's go 2 1/4. Right? Yeah, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 by 6. Let's just make it easy on ourselves. So we'll grab this. And again, I'll have all the measurements written down. As part of this class kit, you get the a PDF tutorial. There'll be a link to this video. And you'll also have the measurements, the supply list, pictures, instructions, measurements, instructions, pictures. Yeah, I think I got it all. Okay, now I'm just going to take my liquid glue here. And I'm going to run this right along the back. I always forget about using my designer series paper to give my envelopes a little something more. Okay. This is going to come shooting out at me when I least expect it. So I need to grab my little safety pin here. All right. I just want to unclog it. All right, and I'm just going right along the edge. Now I'm going to take this and just kind of smoosh it on there. And I want to be even with that score mark. Give it a nice press so the glue kind of spreads there. Then I'll flip it over and I'll just grab my snips and we'll trim it down. Super easy way to make a really pretty card. Add a little designer series paper. It does all the work for you. Alright. I normally use a little bit bigger scissors when I'm doing this. I don't know why I grabbed the small ones, but I did. Alright. So there we go. Okay, now let's take care of this smudge I have. See, I'm not quite even on the back. I could have just ignored that. I bet you guys didn't even see that, but I did, so it was bothering me. All right, let's clean up my little mess in the front. Let's bring back in my papers here. And I'm just going to bring in this little one. And this way I don't even have to color along the front. I can just put this all along. No one even knows that I smudged a little bit there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that is this. And for the inside, I do want to stamp one more thing. Oh, Cooper, go. You're hot. My dog was breathing like hot air on me. It was not good. Okay, so I'm going to grab from our home to yours. And that's what my inside will read. Now again, we'll use our Night of Navy here. There we go. And I'm just going to wave a little bit. Now, like I've said this in the past, but if you're new, the dark and vibrant colors have a tendency to take just a little longer to dry. So just be a little careful. You know, wave it around just a little bit, because that way if you go like this, you're not going to smear your ink. And I don't know why. It just, the vibrant colors seem to do that much more than the other ones. All right. So just put a little bit of liquid glue along the edges. Drop that right in there. Liquid glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room there. So if you need to be able to adjust it, you can. All right, so there is our little Christmas card, all ready to go. Just need to sign it, address it, and put your stamp on it. And this time I mean a postage stamp. Okay, I'm going to put these two little pieces away because I'm actually done with this stamp set. So we'll put that one away. All right. Okay, let's get out our fun little card now. This one is, oh, I forgot the embellishments. Hang on, please. I gotta get those out because it's all about the bling. So I've got little iridescent pearls here. That's good. Oh, what happened here? My Holly Jolly wanted to come out to play. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And let's bring back in that card. Where'd it go? I just put my card down somewhere. Oh, here it is. Can't believe I forgot the bling. So, pull in these iridescent rhinestones here. And I'm going to grab my Take a Pick tool. This just, oops, that's not a Take a Pick tool. This is. This just makes it easier to pick up some of these gems from here. So I'm going to take two of the larger ones. And I'm going to put one right here. And right here. And then take a, you know, you're going to have a whole package of these, so go ahead and put them around wherever you want. So get a whole bunch of things, order a bunch of stuff in the store, and then you're going to get some extra little bling embellishment here. And I'm going to put one, let's see. Oh, my other card, I had a flower down there. Well, we'll just put it right here. Okay. So I just got a couple of them around. You can put as many as you like. They'll be yours to use. All right. Get that in our envelope. Yeah, we'll put that aside. Okay. Done with that one. Let's put this stamp away. We don't need these blends anymore. I don't need that stamp pad anymore. And this is such a cute little card. Now, I got this idea from Rhonda Wade, who I do business training with. So she had created this card, and I thought it was so stinking cute. I couldn't wait to share it with you. So that's why I decided to put it in this kit. Okay, how stinking cute is that? And it's so easy. It's such a quick card. It's so much fun. So let me show you what you're going to be getting in your little content there. So you will be getting a envelope. I just happen to have mine in cello bags here. You're going to get a piece of balmy blue, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You'll get a piece of basic white. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm sorry, did I say this was 5 1/4? This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is 4 by 5 1/4, so it's just a 1/4 inch smaller. So that's going to be on our card base. I'm going to go ahead and put that on right away. Let's grab our seal here. Right. Just like that. Next, I have a strip of that designer series paper that we just saw, and this measures 2 1/4 inch by, I'm sorry, it's not 2 1/4, it's 1.5. Hold on, let me look. No, okay, I got it now. 5 1/4 by 2. All my measurements are kind of like blurring together here. So it's 5 1/4 long, 2 inches wide. So we're going to be end up putting that on there. I'm not going to do it yet. This is the one that is 5 1/4 by 1.5. And what I did to make this scallop, and I'll have this scallop in your card kit just like that, I use the scallop contour dies. And I took the border, the scallop border here. And I'm just going to run one through real quick so you can just see what it looks like. I just need to get a strip of cardstock so I can show you. What did I do with all my little scraps? Here we go. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's a little small. Alright, where's the piece? I'm just trying to find a piece that is the right size. Well, is this white? Yes. Okay. So we'll just cut this down to be 1.5. I thought I'd do all this part of it for you because it's not part of that bundle. All right. So now I can take my little mini die cut machine and I can bring in my plates, which are stuffed over here behind a bunch of stuff. All right, so I've got my plates. Now, my die cut machine doesn't seem to like the base, that white base plate, the number 1. So I ended up switching it out for this lighter gray one. For me, it works much better. I don't know why mine just didn't want to play nice with that one, but it didn't. So if you're having troubles getting your sandwich through here, go ahead and switch it out. All right, so now I'm just going to take this and I use my Post-it note tape here, which I also get through Amazon, to kind of line this up. And I'm lining it up kind of so it spins around a lot. Hold on. I'm lining this up so I'm equidistant from the bottom on both sides here, and the same with my little scallops. So then I just put that on. I need to move it up a little bit so it all fits on my plate. I'm going to run this through. And now, voila, I have a nice little scallop. Okay, So there we go. Now I do leave my little Post-it note tape on when I put it back in my envelope here, because I do use this frequently. See, as you can tell, I've used this set frequently. So I just leave it right in here. I know I'm going to be using this one in just a little bit, so we'll come back with this die set. And let's do that just a little bit again. Okay. I'm going to put this where I'm going to use it here. Okay, so now I've got my strip. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive right across the top here. And I'm going to just lay it on my card, on my strip here. And have as much as you want showing. I try to just make sure that I'm just straight on there. So because I didn't push down hard, I'm able to lift that off. If I were to really have pressed on it, it wouldn't have come up so nicely. All right, so now if you have a little bit sticking over the edge, just trim it down. It happens, just saying. Okay, and so now I'm going to bring in my glitter, what's it called? Glittered organdy ribbon. It's white ribbon with sparkles. And I'm just going to take this from the back. And to help myself tie a bow. Ooh, I'm at the end there. This is going to be a real fun bow to tie. We'll see if we can do it. I'm going to take off this extra tape. It's a good thing I know a person that has an extra roll. Okay, what I like to do is I'll take a block and set it on my paper with my ribbon underneath. This way, if I don't have an extra set of hands, I can tie my bow. I have asked work for an extra set of hands. I asked them for 2 more arms and 2 more hands. They told me that wasn't covered in the office supply store, so I wouldn't be getting that in. So I'll just have to make do with the tools I have here. I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, that would really help me stamp and tie my bows. But, yeah, they declined it. I mean, what? We don't have extra arms and hands laying around? Okay. So I am just going to bring in my sharp scissors here. And I'm just going to give my little tails a trim. There we go. Oh, pretty. And we'll go ahead and put this right on the front of our card. I do like to make sure my sides are adhered well. All right, then just lining up with the side. And I'm not quite center, but that doesn't really matter. Just place it wherever you want to place it on your card. As long as it maybe gets straight. Oh well. Now, the next thing I have here is a decorative circle punch. And that's what it looks like. Oops, that's not a decorative circle. Oh, I can't even read. I had it right here next to me where I needed it. Right here, decorative circle. All right, so we're going to grab that scrap piece of white that I just had. And I'll punch one of these out, just like that. And there you go. And I'll have this punched in your kit, so you won't even have to worry about that one. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp on it right away so I can move it aside to dry, because I'm using real red. And again, red tends to want to attract to my every skin part that is showing. I don't know why. So I'm going to grab 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. And I've been not paying attention to comments. I'm sorry. Okay. Wouldn't it though? Can you imagine asking Santa for another pair of arms and hands? You know what? Who knows? Maybe in, 50 years they might be able to do that. All right. So now I'm just I must have stuff all over my table. I keep getting things all over. All right, so I'm just going to stamp my 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. If you wanted to stamp that first before you punch it, you can do that when you have your punch. Sometimes you can get things lined up better, but I found that this stamp just fits on it just fine. Okay, close my red ink and move this to dry. Let's get started on the next fun part, because I'm really excited about this part. This was so much fun. So I have my little penguin builder punch here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of black cardstock and I'm going to put it in part way. Let me trim off this excess here that I used before. I'm just going to insert this part way into the penguin body. And that's probably too much. I'm just making my little hat. So that's all I'm doing right here. So there's my little hat. Now, I'm going to go ahead and punch a full penguin body right away while I'm at it. Because I'm going to show you two different things. Now, even though my first card used my snowman, I thought the penguin would be just as cute. And I'm just repunching my hat here because I saw I cut it off a little bit. All right, throw all these little extra pieces out, and we're going to grab our scrap white again. So you'll get a 5.5, or yeah, 5.5 by 4 1/4 scrap piece in your kit. That way you can do all this extra punching with. So we'll pop that one out. Now this one I need for my penguin. And this one I'm going to need for my snowman. So this time I just slid my paper in and I'm going to punch out the penguin in white. Get rid of the little scraps. Move the punch out of the way because we won't need that anymore. Okay. Now let's go to assembling our little snowman. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of liquid glue here. And I'm going to grab my silicone mat so I don't make a mess on my tabletop. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue. And notice I'm not going all the way across. I'm just doing a portion of that hat. So I can just put it right on his head. Just like that. I'm going to grab a black Stampin' Right marker. And I'm going to put his little eyes. I'm just drawing a circle. Don't have to worry about being exact. And then I'm going to draw his 3 little buttons. It looks like my pen is going. I may have to go grab another pen. Let me just see if I can use my other end here. Okay. All right. Now, for his little carrot nose, I am just going to take a wedge of pumpkin here. And no, I'm not making it that big. I'm just going to grab a little triangle just like that. I'm going to put a little dot right in his face here and drop my carrot nose right on there, just like that. So that is my little guy here. I'm going to set him aside a little bit to dry. I'm going to go ahead and do my penguin night right now for you. And we're going to go ahead and take our white body here and put this right in the front. Now, this punch does coordinate with a stamp set called Penguin Place, but I'm not gonna use that one. I am just going to do the same thing with my Stampin' Right marker, and we'll just put a little eyeball here, a little eyeball there. We're gonna take a little bit of the orange. And I'm just going to go right on this corner and cut a little triangle. And I'm going to pick it up with my take a pick tool. Oh, that's not a very good triangle though. Let me just I'm trying to make it more equilateral. There we go. It might still not be. No. Okay, I don't know why I'm cutting it too big, I feel. There. So you're going to get a little piece of orange scrap in your kit. Well, this is what it's going to be. All right, so now I got my little penguin there. I'm not going to worry about feet. I could, if I wanted, I could take my punch here and punch out 2 little feet. And I got too close to the edge of the paper with that one. I think this guy looks really cute when his feet are turned sideways. Just cracks me up. Okay. So like I said, you can use a penguin or you can use your snowman. So with the snowman, what I did here is I popped him up on dimensionals. I'm going to be using the penguin for this card that I'm doing right now. And I also popped this up on dimensionals. We're going to grab our dimensional scraps here. I probably should cut these with a scissors. It would probably work so much better, but I'm so used to tearing them that I just do that. Okay. And, oh, I don't want to put it on this card. I already have a sentiment on that card. So I'm going to put this right here. Okay, just like that. I'm going to take my little... Okay, I need to do something with this here. I had a little bit too much extra glue, so I'm trying to wipe it off without smearing everything. Okay. So then we'll put a dimensional or 2 on here. I'm trying to actually look for a piece of dimensional here. Here we go. Put one there. One there. All right. And I'm going to put him right here. I could actually put him here as well, right on there. We could do 2. Totally up to you. Let's do 2. Why not? We have it here. It's done. Let's just do 2. So I'm going to slide him right behind my ribbon. So he's popped up in front of the ribbon. He's right behind the ribbon. And now to finish him off, I'm going to bring in a Real Red blend. Now these are alcohol based, and I'm using this because it will dry fast. Your Stampin' Right markers will take a lot longer to dry. In fact, you might need to even heat emboss it to get it to set. And I'm just trying to figure out what I just did with my my embellishments. That's a brand new packet, so that's not the one I want. Here it is. They were hiding under my dimensionals. All right, so this I'm going to take out. See? Dimensional sheet. And I'm going to take 3 of the small iridescent pearls. And I'm just going to color it. Now, I happen to be using my brush end. And that is because I had damaged it already by, I don't know what I was doing. Not paying attention to something. So I smashed that end. So it doesn't really bother me that I'm using it for this. I have another one. You can also use your chisel end. It's a little harder to use. Again, told you, red ink. So I'm going to go ahead. And do 5 here. Make sure I'm getting all the way around. I'll do this one up here. You know what? I lied. I might even do 6. Because I'm going to use 3 on his hat, on the little snowman hat. So you're not going to really notice that too much. Let's go ahead and grab take a pick tool here. And so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do one up here. Oh, come on. There, that wasn't quite dry yet. I should have waited for a moment or two. And we'll put one down here. And we'll put one right there. Okay. So that is our next card. See, again, I didn't listen to my own directions. But here is you'll get the supplies to make all of this. I'll send an extra little piece of black for a penguin. I'll send you enough for a penguin too. So that is our next card. And for the inside, let's just grab. I could actually just stamp right on the inside. I wouldn't even have to necessarily put put anything on it. But we'll take a piece in here and let's stamp. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Merry Christmas from all of us. Oh, and I get to use 2 of the stamps I haven't even mounted yet. All right. So I'm a person that likes to have my labels on. I like to know what I'm stamping and I'm stamping in the right direction. There are some people that are very talented out there that don't have to do that. I do. I admit it. I need to have that. I need to have that visual. So I'm going to go ahead and put my labels on. The easiest way I have found to put these labels on is I peel it off. I put it on my clear block. I peel that backing off. Then I find the correct stamp and make sure I'm going the same way. So us is at this end. So then I look through my stamp and I just need to move it down so I can see. I look through the top of my stamp and line up my sticker with my stamp. And now it's all ready to go. So that's one. And here's our second one. All right. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Jerry. You're hiding from your craft supplies? Miss Helen has a big craft fair coming up. Can't wait to go see what all her wonderful stuff is. She's amazing. She crochets these awesome little treats. I can't crochet my way out of a box. I've tried. I guess I'm just not patient enough to do it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and this time I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy. Oh, we'll be consistent. We'll stamp in red. So, Merry Christmas. Again, I'm picking up my stamp at an angle. That way, when I stamp here, I'm paying attention to where my stamp is, not where my block is. Merry Christmas from all of us. Now again, because I know that this will smear if I put it in right away, I'm just going to put it aside so it will dry and then I'll come back to it. Okay, last card. And it's a good one too. All of these are good. I'm really excited about this class tonight. So again, if you want the class kit to make 6 cards, you get 2 of each of these designs. Spend $35 in my online store, and I will send them to you. You'll also get a PDF emailed to you, so make sure I have your email address. I'll put these guys away. Where'd I put the other one? And then if you spend $50 in your kit, I will send you an iridescent pearls as my thank you to you. And then if they, for some reason, run out of those iridescent pearls, you'll get the regular pearls, which do act just the same way. They're totally cool. All right. So just make sure that you use my host code right here. So when you place an order, I'll have this link on my website. It'll be also in the comments and in the YouTube description. So just use that link. You have from now until Thursday at midnight to place your order. All right, so I have a piece of thick basic white here. 8.5 by 4.5. Sorry, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Go away. All right, here's the card that we're going to be making. And you will be getting the scallop contour evening evergreen, and you'll be getting the stitch circle basic white. I'm not taking it outside right now. I'm busy. So this time I am going to use my large die cut machine. And the reason I'm doing that is because this die for the scallop is a little bit larger and it won't fit in my mini die cut machine. So I'm using this right here. I'm going to run this one through real quick. I already have my stylish circle already die cut, so I don't have to do that one. And I also have my little, I don't know, my little greenery from our framed florets. So the one I took out was this one right here. And I just ran that through to my die cut machine. Now, I will not have that as part of your kit. I'll send you a piece of evening evergreen. You'll have to use what you have or order the framed florets. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to say that much longer. I don't know why. I'm having such a challenge with it. All right. So let's go ahead and put this through. The reason I decided to go ahead and do this one with you while you're watching here is because I wanted to give you a couple little tricks when you're using your die cut machine. So on this large one, if you notice as it's coming through, I have it at a bit of an angle. That is so you don't hear that big ka-chunk as soon as you run it through. For some reason, the rollers tend to grab it a little bit better when you have it just slightly turned. So if you have struggled to get your large rectangle or square dies going through, just angle it a little bit and it should be all good to go. All right. Next tip I have, lint roller. Yep. I'll get all those little pieces off. If you have a super heavy duty lint roller or a fresh reel on it, sometimes it will even get this cardstock that's kind of wedged in there off. And then you can get it out of your die. This one you can just smack a little bit. All right. I hate having those pieces all over. They get everywhere. Okay, see? They're everywhere. It's kind of like dog hair. It's everywhere. This is why I don't use a lot of glitter either. Okay, so I have a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is beautiful. I think this and that blue flower, these are my favorite two prints, I think, in this whole stack. So here's a larger piece of it. Very, very pretty. We're going to pretty it up some more. So this piece right here measures 4 5/8 by 3 1/4. The reason it does is so it fits right inside my little scallop here. So yours will be already cut for you. You'll have your die cut scallop. You won't have to worry about doing that. I'll do that for you. And before I adhere this on, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to color this. So I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece of paper or my silicone mat, whatever I find handy here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to color on this Designer Series paper. So that same red blend that we took before, I'm just going to go ahead and color in all these little berries. What's really kind of cool about this is because there's that evening evergreen, it's going to kind of give that a little bit of depth itself. So I don't have to worry about doing anything with blending. I can just color this in. And the Designer Series paper does all the work for me. Easy peasy. Like when I can do things quickly. You can actually take that whole piece of Designer Series paper, color in all the berries, and then cut everything down that you need. It would all be colored for you. It's really not hard to color these. They go pretty quick. Unlike some things when you're blending and you want to be super careful, I just let these rip. And if I go out of the lines a little bit, oh well. It's pretty dark. It won't be that noticeable. You could use Poppy Parade. You could use the light real red. You could use Cherry Cobbler. I would probably use the lighter Cherry Cobbler. I think the dark would mask that darker coloring in the designer series paper, and then you won't get the depth of those berries. All right. So how easy was that? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to adhere that right onto that card layer. See, this is what I was talking about, how it bleeds through, and that's normal. It's going to happen. It'll happen on your thick white. It'll happen really on almost everyone. So that's why I don't ever color it when it's on my project. I color it before. All right, so I'm just going to center that on here. Now I'm going to show you another little trick here. And this time I'm going to be using my organdy ribbon again. And since I ran out, I'm going to have to open a new one. Here we go. You're going to love this trick. All right. So I'm going to take this and just put it at a bit of an angle there. I'm going to thread it right through my middle scallop. And then I'm going to come back through my middle scallop. Now look how amazing that is. It fits perfectly. Instead of trying to get it in the middle and line it up in one of those scallops, I don't have to do that now. So now when I just pull this through, I'll pull it through the back first so I don't rip my paper. And I'll trim this off. We'll tie the bow off to the side here. I don't have to worry about getting another set of arms to help me tie my bow, because it's right through that scallop. It kind of stays in place just like that. And yeah, you'll get a little glitter all over. You'll have some glitter on your face when you're done with this ribbon. It happens. Sign of a true crafter. A little bit of glitter everywhere. I haven't met a person yet who can craft without getting glitter on them. I mean, when they're using glitter, you know. If you never have glitter in your craft area, well then, I'm going to have to send you a card with glitter. Yep, I got glitter all over me. Good thing I'm going out with my husband later. Okay, so now I'm just going to mount this right on top of my basic white. See how fun this card is? I mean, so quick and easy. If you don't have the scallop contours, you can always just cut a piece of evening evergreen to be 5 1/4 by 4, or even a little smaller. You can go 5 inches by 3 3/4, and just put a smaller piece of designer series paper on it. Isn't that cute? All right, now I'm going to decorate the front. I'm going to take in my stylish shaped circle. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in my real red again and my stamps. Here's my stamps. Now, if I wanted, I could actually use another oval from here and put that on the front. I just opted for a circle this time. I don't know why. I just did. My scallop contours, my stylish shaped dies, and my rectangle dies, those are really pretty much my staple dies. I really don't consider them to be super special, but they're ones I use all the time to make my backgrounds and things like that, when I just need a little something extra. And I'm sitting here looking for my red stamp pad, and I know it's here somewhere. Okay, it's right underneath here. Let's move my ribbon out of the way. I just got kind of a mess going, and I don't even really have all that much stuff out. Okay, so let's see what sentiment we're going to stamp on here. I think we'll do, may the season be blessed, or may the season be filled with peace and joy. That seems like such a relaxing little sentiment. Kind of goes with this very chill kind of card. I really like this card. I think I may have to just do these for my Christmas cards because they're so fast. And sometimes you don't need to have all the extras to do a whole bunch of cards, but no, I'm not going to say that out loud really, because I do like all the extras, but there are times when I like to do things simple. I like to do them quickly, especially when I have a lot of them to do. So I like to get those out pretty quick. All right, so now again, I had taken the die and I cut this twig, stem, whatever you call it, out of my evening evergreen, and I'm going to attach it with my liquid glue right to the front here. So I do want to be a little careful in that I'm not going to hide my sentiment. Let's see, can I? Ooh, that was too far. Okay, that I'm not going to cover my sentiment. So I'm going to grab my thin piece here, and I kind of see where I want to place this. So I can kind of see where I need to have my liquid glue. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting that on. All right. So now just lay it right on there, just like that. While it's drying, and maybe a little spot up here. Just a teeny tiny little spot. Okay. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my iridescent pearls. And I'm going to take a pick tool. Now these take a pick tools are only $10, but they come with multiple ends. So you have a paper piercing end. If you turn this, you have a little scraper end. It does come with some accessories, so you can have a brush end. This one's putty, so when you twist it, this little sticky stuff comes out, and that's what allows you to be able to pick stuff up. You don't want to have a whole lot at the end, just a little bit coming out is fine. All right, so now I'm just putting my little iridescent pearls on the little berries right on this die cut. Just to give it a little. Now, I could color these in red, just like I did before. It would really match the card front, but I wanted it to stick out just a little bit more and not have them red. So now I'm going to go ahead, bring in my dimensionals. And we'll go ahead and use my dimensional sheets here. My dimensional scraps. Like that. All right. Okay, there we go. And I'll put this right on front. And that is our third card. So let me bring in the cards again so you can check them all out. Again, if you'd like a set of this class, and that's 6 cards. You get all the cardstock that you need to make all the cards. You'll need your own inks, your own adhesive, your own stamps. I would recommend the stamp set I was using, but if you have other stamp sets, you are more than welcome to use those other stamp sets. I always love to see what people do with my ideas and things that they come up with. So here is our first card. So this is my original, and this is the card we made now. And then we have our little 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly, a single snowman, and a penguin with a friend. And then our Merry Little Christmas, our little fun fold from our home to yours. Okay, so again, if you want this class kit, you need to place an order on my online store using this host code. It needs to be $35 or more. $35 gets you the 6 cards for free. If you spend over $50, then you get the 6 cards, and I will also send you the iridescent pearls. So thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Don't forget, Hump Day Lunch Break Live is Wednesday, and Thursday night will be another fun-filled class. I kind of had it planned, but I changed my mind of what I'm doing, so I'm going to revamp some of that. All right. So take care. Have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a lot of fun this week. And I was just going to bring up my sheet, and I don't know what I did with it. Okay. I guess I won't. All right. Bye.